Testing 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. One. Can we have some order whilst ENCA is busy with their interview, please? Vusi? Good morning, all. It's 9:30. We are going to be starting the proceedings. Welcome back to the Commission. Thanks. Make sure that your cell phones are off. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. After a very
Testing 1, 2.
should be fine. Yeah. As I was saying, good morning to everybody, and welcome back after a very exacting 2 weeks. We are starting. Thank you, Ms. Sillo.
Yes, Chair, thank you. Morning, Chair, morning, Commissioners. Chair, today from the 1st of June, we start with the Port Shepstone drug bust stream, and that should take us to the 5th of June for the whole week. Before we do so, there are some housekeeping matters to dispose of, and I would like to take the opportunity to do so.
I think I will also add my housekeeping matter as well. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you, Chair. The first is, Chair, you will recall that we had issued a subpoena for General Sinona to appear on the 18th of May, 2026. On the 18th of May, we moved for a postponement for his appearance. The reasons were set out in large part in his lawyer's correspondence, and we accepted some of the reasons advanced. Though we didn't accept all, we concluded that some were valid enough to justify a postponement. On the day, the Chair then stood General Sinona's testimony down to the 1st of June. In preparing for this week, the witnesses we have, we prepared a schedule. The result of the schedule is that General Sinona is anticipated to take the stand only on the 5th of June. But because he's under subpoena and order by the Chair to be present today, he's availed himself, and he appears with our request that you stand him down to the 5th of June, Chair. Thank you. I see that some familiar faces. I don't know if that's General Sinona's legal representatives, and if they are, if perhaps I may invite them to place themselves on record. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairperson, Commissioners. Rihanna Talkum, the Johannesburg Bar, and I appear with my instructing attorney, Rudolph Baloyi, for Major General Sinona.
Good morning, Ms. Talk.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Yes.
With your leave?
Sorry?
With your leave,
Yes.
we're indebted to the evidence leader. It is indeed so that on the papers before us, Major General Sinona's evidence has stood down to the 5th of June. Chair, there is one particular issue that we'd like to place on the record and that we seek clarity in terms of. And we do so out of extreme caution, just to ensure that Major General Sinona is not placed under any undue pressure. There are 3 operative summonses issued against the General. The first summons was issued on the 29th of April this year. And these summonses were issued after the Major General tendered his evidence between the 27th and the 29th of January. That summons called upon him to appear on the 8th of May. My learned colleague correctly points out that when the matter appeared on the 8th of May, it was then stood down by yourself, Chair, to the 1st of June. Subsequent to that, on the 19th of May, the Commission issued another summons. That summons, the Commission noted, inadvertently replicated the content of the summons that was issued last year in November and in terms of which Major General Sinona rendered evidence from the 27th to the 29th of January. As a result, on the 22nd of May, a further summons was issued. That summons purported to, and I want to loosely use the term withdraw because we just don't understand the statuses of these operative summons right now, and that's what we really just see clarity on. That summons purported to indicate that the summons...
The second one wanted the general to appear when?
Also on the 1st of June.
1st of June, okay.
Yes, and that's a very relevant question that I'm indebted to you, Chair. So the 19th of May summons also warned the general to appear on the 1st of June. Summons was then subsequently issued on the 22nd of May, advising the general that the 19th of May summons had inadvertently replicated the content of the summons in November 2025, and that was not correct. So the summons issued on the 22nd of May was then issued under cover of an email, saying that in all probability, the general would render his evidence on the 5th of June. Now that that date has been indicated, we make no quibble with that. We accept that the Commission has clarified the date of appearance. The issue is that it was given with an instruction to ignore the summons of the 19th of May. It's not our desire to be pedantic, Chair, but the concern is that the power of a summons issued by this Commission is equivalent to that of a summons issued by the High Court. Major General Sinona was explicitly cautioned by, I think the evidence leader was Hassim SC, on the day of the implications of ignoring a summons under Section 6. So if indeed the Commission is not intent on relying on the summons on the 19th of May, we would perhaps seek a ruling from yourself, Chair, that the summons on the 19th of May is withdrawn, and just clarification that the operative summons is the summons of the 29th of April as reissued on the 22nd of May.
For the 5th, you say for the 5th
of June. And the implications go beyond this Commission. The concern is that there must be finality in terms of the document that he's required to testify on so that he knows which evidence to testify on. The second issue that has arisen, Chair, is that we've received the Regulation 10.6 notice and we've been asked to give a sworn witness statement by the 1st of June, which is today as well. On Friday, sometime after 4 o'clock, we were issued with a bundle of documents by the Commission containing the statements, the affidavits of 2 witnesses, and there were a number of attachments to it as well as the transcript from the evidence on the day. Chair, we're still in the process of taking instructions from our client on that very document. And given the fact that we were also attempting to prepare for the possibility of leading evidence today, because the 19th of May summons has effectively not been withdrawn, and it was reaffirmed on the 22nd of May, we were still preparing for today's hearing as well. So it became a bit of a difficulty from a timing perspective to have the sworn statement prepared for the Commission today, and we mean no disrespect to the Commission in that respect. It became a difficulty to issue the sworn statement and to take proper instruction, particularly on the annexes attached to the statement itself, given that the evidence of the witnesses who appeared before the Commission implicated Major General Sinona. So I just want to get instruction from my attorney as to when we might be able to file that statement, Chair, but we're not in a position to file the statement today, and we would seek an extension in respect thereof. So we would seek an indulgence from the Commission to file the statement by close of business on the 3rd of June. In anticipation and in preparation for the testimony to be delivered by the Major General on the 5th.
On the 5th.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Hawk. Yes, Ms.
Thank you, Chair. I do this purely for purposes of the record, because I believe that Ms. Talk inadvertently perhaps communicated the wrong position. Here is the correct position, and that is supported by correspondence between the attorneys of the Commission and General Sinona's correspondence. To the extent that it is required, we are happy to print it out and make it available. As I indicated, I made the mistake of saying that General Sinona's testimony was postponed to the 1st of June. On the 18th, Advocate Talk is correct, it's the 8th of May. So I had my date wrong. With that stand down to the 1st of June, it was sufficient at the time to communicate to General Sinona's attorneys that on the day he was scheduled to appear on the 8th of May, the chair postponed his appearance to the 1st of June. For reasons that are not particularly relevant, instead, the subpoena was reissued. What then subsequently transpired, having received a correspondence from General Sinona's attorneys that was confusing to the evidence leaders and the legal team as to why they were assuming that position. On consideration of the subpoena that was reissued, it became apparent that a wrong subpoena was reissued. The letter, covering letter, speaks of the subpoena issued on the 29th of April. So when it came to reissue, the previous subpoena is what was then re-provided to him with a new date of the 1st of June. That was discovered, that was reissued on the 19th. By the 22nd of May, the error was discovered. There was telephonic conversation between the two sets of attorneys, and the correct subpoena was reissued, which is the subpoena of the 29th of April. There was an explanation that an administrative glitch crept into the system, and that is why the wrong subpoena was reissued. So it was technically a 2-day confusion that was resolved by the 22nd of May. Now, that 22nd of May reissue is in exact terms as the subpoena originally issued to General Sinona on the 29th of April. The only difference in that is the date on which he's supposed to appear. In reissuing, it was sought to clarify that his appearance is now postponed to the 1st of June. There was thereafter a Regulation 10.6 relying on the subpoena of the 29th of April served on General Sinona. The 10.6 deals with the issues he's called upon to testify to on the 29th of April and is more detailed. The 10.6, the Regulation 10.6 notice, in no way contradicts the subpoena of the 29th of June, which is the operative subpoena. So it's not a question of withdrawing the reissue of the 19th. It is correcting an error that crept in on the 19th by providing a wrong subpoena on the basis of which General Sinona had already appeared. That correction was made on the 22nd by reissuing the 29th of April subpoena. So that is where we stand. Subsequent thereto, there was further correspondence and explanation that we do not anticipate General Sinona testifying today, but because he's under subpoena, we would have to seek a formal postponement of his testimony. We proposed the 5th, as I said, based on our scheduling, and we provided that date. So as things stand, but for that glitch of the 19th of May, everything is in order. Advocate Talk speaks of statements given and transcripts last week. What she doesn't place on record that is those were provided at the request of General Sinona. General Sinona specifically listed the statements he wanted and transcripts regarding those witnesses. And this request came in last week and were duly provided. So it's not a question of us inundating General Sinona with late documents. It's in response to a question, and we fully complied. And that is the
Not question, but request.
Request, yes, a request. Thank you, Chair. And we complied. That subpoena requires his statement, or the 10.6 requires his statement to be provided by the 1st of June. I understand that the Advocate Talk says they are not in a position to provide it by today, end of business on Wednesday. Chair, may we make a counter suggestion that it be provided by the end of business on the 2nd, regard being had to the fact that we also have to prepare for General Sinona's appearance and to resolve the issue of exhibits, which we must still give General Sinona, that where we indicate the documents we will be relying upon. If this is provided at the end of business on the 3rd, it leaves only the 4th to deal with all these matters, and then the general must appear on the 5th. So on that basis, we would request that these be provided on tomorrow, the 2nd of June, end of business day. The fact that General Sinona's statement was due on the 1st of June is a matter that the legal team for General Sinona were fully aware of by the 22nd of May, and that would be sufficient time to have prepared. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Sello. Regarding the question of the subpoenas, should we just step off that one now, because all sides are agreed that General Sinona is to testify on the 5th, rather than toing and froing on where faults or mistakes or inadvertence or whatever else, whatever those may be. Should we just step off that subject in the interest of time, and then we focus on the date for the filing of the statement?
Chair, we agreed with you. We can step off it, but I just want to indicate the reason why it was placed on record is
Yes.
the General raised the concern that he wasn't simply at liberty to ignore an operative summons.
Yes. No, I
And
understand.
I understand the position
understand.
of the evidence leaders, and I understand the Commission's workload. So it is quite probable that indeed there was a glitch. But the reality is that the summons was issued under the hand of the Secretary in the auspices of the Commission carrying out its powers as a statutory body. And the implications internally from an employment perspective, as well as from a criminal perspective, of ignoring a document of that nature was the only reason that it was placed on record.
Yes, no, I understand perfectly.
But we are inclined to agree with the Chair that we step away from that particular issue. But in the interest of certainty and clarity, and only if the Commission is so inclined, we would ask for a ruling that the summons of the 19th of May is officially withdrawn.
That is not necessary. That is totally not necessary.
Thank you, Chair. And then the second issue is that insofar as the witness statements regarding the Friday's bundle is concerned, I'm instructed that the statements were requested as early as the 4th of May. Where I think my attorney of record indicated that what was asked for was documentation. Paragraph 4 of that letter says that in the event that there are additional documents and information the Commission intends to make use of during General Sinona's further appearance, we request that he be furnished with the information to enable adequate preparation for the appearance. I just make the point to request that documentation was requested earlier on. But it seems that my learned colleague and I are not too far apart in terms of the dates of the filing for the statement itself. I've proposed by close of business on Wednesday. I've done so because realistically, Chair, there are several annexes that must be gone through. We will be sitting religiously with General Sinona. And I assure you that once my attorney has given me an instruction, there's of course an undertaking before this Commission that we'll file on the 3rd. I don't want to
Yes, please continue, Mr. Talk.
I don't want to belabor the point here. We've made our submissions. Realistically, for Major General Sinona to meaningfully engage with the evidence and take proper instruction, the realistic timeline is 48 hours, and we would request your indulgence to file a witness statement by close of business on the 3rd of June. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Talk. General?
Commissioner.
A very good morning to you.
Morning, Commissioners.
Thank you. We will stand down for a very short time. I won't say how long. We'll just indicate when we are ready. We want to talk about the timeline for the filing of the general statement. Let's adjourn.
All right, we are ready to resume. Please make sure that your devices are on mute or off. Thanks.
Ms. Talk, our experience is that once a statement is filed, the evidence leaders usually have to prepare bundles of documents that relate to the statement. So if that gets done only from, say, the evening of the 3rd, there's a question of when does it get finalized. And we too must get those bundles in time for our preparation as well. So there are practical considerations. You have basically the whole of today because it's still early morning. I'm giving the ruling now. I'm no longer engaging you, Mr. Hawk. So you basically have the whole of today. You have the whole of tomorrow. That should give you, your instructing attorneys, and the general enough time to prepare and finalize the statement. A long time ago, I was also in practice and as an advocate, a senior counsel. We used to work into the wee hours of the morning, 3, 4 a.m., and your clients would not believe it when you issue a statement and you say you worked for that long. They would say, does this council mean that they did not sleep at all? And yet it actually happened, and I know it continues to happen. So I will expect the same of you. So my ruling is that the statement must be filed by close of business. In fact, I could even be kind and say midnight. Would that work for you? Tomorrow, though. It
Okay.
should.
Ms. Tusk, I
12
would seem to plead for midnight.
12 midnight tomorrow, Ms. Talk. That is the ruling.
We're indebted, Chair, and I assure you nothing has changed in terms of the sleepless nights culture at the
I'm
bar,
happy.
whether you're a junior or senior. So we're indebted to the Commission.
I'm
Thank you.
happy. Thank you very much, Ms. Talk. Thank you. General, you are directed to be in attendance at 9:30 on Friday, 5 June 2026. Thank you very much, General.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
You are excused, Ms. Talk, and
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Chair, as they gather their bags, we are ready with our second housekeeping issue.
Perhaps let me just quickly deal with mine. I just wanted to say that because of serious time constraints relating to the preparation of our second interim report, the ruling on, or rather the reasons for the ruling, the reasons for the recusal order in the Mr. Brown Mokhodzi matter are not ready, but they will be circulated not later than this coming Friday.
Noted. Thank you, Chair. Chair, our second housekeeping issue is we have a witness scheduled for tomorrow. The witness himself has brought an application for a partial in camera, which, as is tradition, has been served on the press and the media houses. That application has, in large part, I think, been disposed of, but my learned colleague here, Mr. Sikakani, will address you on that and advise the commissioners where we land on that particular application. That witness is scheduled to appear tomorrow. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Lolo. Yes, Mrs. Kakani.
Good morning, Chairperson and the Commissioners.
Sorry about that. Yes, Mrs. Kakan.
That is indeed, I'll try and not waste the Commission's time, given the time we've already spent. So as my learned senior has said, we had an application from the witness who's scheduled to appear tomorrow. And that application, you should have a file which is called in-camera application. The representatives for the media are present there. They must.
Can you please place yourselves on record?
Thank you, Chair. It's a pleasure to appear before you.
Thank you.
It's Ben Winks from the South African Bar Association.
WCKS.
WICKS.
NKS. Oh, Winks.
And I'm joined by Mr. Charles Duplessis from Willem de Klerk Attorneys. We act for Media 24, Daily Maverick, and the editors of Daily Maverick and News 24. It's correct, as my learned friend says, that an agreement has been reached, and there's no dispute, as I understand it, certainly between the evidence leaders and the media, and as I understand it, with the witness as well.
Thank you. So does that mean council will be handing up the...
Chairperson, Just for the record, I was referring you to the file from the.
Thank you, Mr. Winks.
Apologies. I was referring to the application itself, the file that you should have, just to confirm the witness's agreement to the terms of the proposed draft. You'll see it at page 22 of the second folder, which is correspondence.
Yes.
Thank you. That should then confirm that all the three parties are aligned in terms of how the witness will testify tomorrow.
And for the record, the witness is called I, witness I. Thank you. Thank you. I rule as follows in accordance with the consent order. Can both counsel please clarify this? Paragraph 1 of the order, there's reference to the witness's name. And then in the agreement as well, the email, his email, it says that I give permission for the media to mention my name as it has already been mentioned. So in the ruling now, I should just mention the name because that's what the witness says.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Thank you.
We confirm, Chair.
Thank you. Now the ruling. 1. By agreement and consent between the parties, Lieutenant Colonel Duma's evidence on 2 June 2026 or until such time that he is excused by the chairperson will be heard publicly via audio link and his face or visual features will be concealed. And 2, members of the media and any person granted access to the proceedings are prohibited from publishing, broadcasting, disseminating, or otherwise placing in the public domain any image, photograph, video footage, or other visual material that may reveal or tend to reveal the face of Lieutenant Colonel Duma. I hand down the ruling. So basically, we forget about witness I then.
Indeed, Chair.
Yes.
Apologies.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank
May
you,
we
Mr.
be
Wings.
excused?
You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mrs. Kakane.
Thank you, Chair.
Thanks.
Commissioners.
That would then deal with the housekeeping issues for the Port Shepstone stream. But we have Mr. Chaskellson here, who's got his own housekeeping issue to deal with. So if I may invite him, thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chaskellson.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, Mr. Karim had been subpoenaed to attend today. We received a medical report, and I understand Mr. Karim's legal representatives are here.
Let's adjourn perhaps and Let's adjourn and come back just now.